You just shampooing your hair and getting up and walking out the house does not constitute as you doing your hair. And the scalp needs to stay clean so the sebum can come out, kill bacteria on the scalp that will slow down the hair growth cycle, lubricate the hair shaft, and feed moisture, antioxidants, and so many other things to the cortex. So all the moisture and everything that everybody is saying that you need is in sebum that's coming out of your scalp. It is a scientific fact, all right? Even though we don't like to be labeled, right? We say we don't like to be labeled. Our favorite thing to do is put labels on each other. This is gonna be how it's gonna be, whatever. Pay attention. The curl typing chart was made in the early 1990s by a man named Andre Walker to sell products. No, he didn't make it up, but he made it popular to sell products. And the person he stole it from, it was not used or adopted because it was not backed by science. It was all just a theory, proven only to hold steady by vanity metrics and nothing else. All right, so it is not real. For C, for B, for all of that, for W, all of that, and none of that matters. Learning the science of the human body is the thing that will push you forward. Hair is only broken down into 3 categories: straight, wavy, and curly. And each 3 of these levels have different variations. You have people with extremely straight hair, like somebody of Asian descent has extremely straight hair, and then the more you move over up the scale, it goes to different levels of straight hair, right? And then it goes from straight hair to wavy hair, and then eventually the wave gets so tough that it becomes a curl without you even trying. If you're a person who has to add product and scrunch for it to look like a curl, you will be somebody that would be considered more so on the intensely wavy side, right? Versus somebody who, as soon as you look at their hair, as soon as water touches it, boom, it's shriveling up, and that is considered curly hair. And just like there are different variations of straight hair, there are different variations of curly hair, y'all. It's so simple. I need you guys to remember, I was a licensed cosmetologist. Well, I'm still a licensed cosmetologist, but I did hair behind the chair for 15 years. And in those 15 years, my services do not fluctuate based on different curl types. Curl typing 4C, 4B never mattered to me. I was never a cosmetologist that made my price based on the texture of my client's hair, because I led by science. I can't speak for other women, but it didn't matter. You can go and, well, you can't go back now because my videos, my older videos for silk presses, can only be found on Guru Elite. Now they're no longer here on my YouTube channel, but I do want y'all to know, like, if y'all were to think about it and go back to the ones that you do see, I used a round brush, a flat iron, and the same tools on every single client. My tools didn't change based on, oh, 4C, 4B, or her curls look like this, so I'm gonna use this brush, or her curls look like this, so I'm gonna use this brush. No, everybody got that same round brush work, the same round brushes, the same blow dryer. The only time things changed was based on porosity, and the porosity was only a factor during the shampooing process when the cuticle was being opened and closed. Once I'm done shampooing the hair, and once I rinse the conditioner out, I am no longer dealing with the cuticle anymore. So I'm not thinking about the cuticle from the beginning to the end. This is why I'm always teaching the science of hair, so you can understand the science and which parts to put them in, so that way you're not making up stuff and getting confused. You know exactly which piece of science goes where. Now we are going to get into the second pillar, which has our other 6 points for our 369 method. Number 1, we are going to be talking about detox. You must make sure that you are detoxing the scalp at least once every 28 days. Why once every 28 days? Every 28 days, the skin cells that are on your scalp die off and then new ones come up, right? So you need to make sure that you have a detoxing pattern, and you need to figure out what your skin cell turnover cycle is. if it changes by you following this process, you know exactly how to get it back on track, because things are going to change. As you get older, your body is going to stop producing certain amino acids. You're going to have to put them in, or different stresses that are going on in the world could make you feel away, because your feelings and the way that you're feeling are directly connected to your hair growth cycle. So you just want to be conscious of your skin cell turnover cycle, so you know when something is going wrong, where it could be stemming from. Number 2 is going to be shampoo. We've already talked about it before. Make sure you are not adding any additional things to your shampoo. All right, again, we're only going to be detoxing the scalp once a month. Your shampooing should be something that is done on a regular basis. Your shampooing rate would be depending on your sebum level. So if you're a person who has a very low sebum level, so you're barely getting any oil on the scalp, most likely you have some type of follicle blockage, so you want to make sure you're detoxing. But if you're a person who has a pretty medium to normal sebum flow, then most likely you can get away with shampooing your hair every 2 weeks. This is if you're wearing your hair out in a way that it can be combed or something like that, right? But if you have a protective style, sebum's coming out of your scalp, it's gonna touch the braids right away, bloom, right away. So yeah, but you want to make sure that you are shampooing and keeping the scalp clean. You have to, because if you don't keep the scalp clean, there is bacteria and yeast that will accumulate, and eventually you'll have oxidative stress on the scalp. Number 3, you're going to use a conditioner. A conditioner is not made for the scalp. Conditioner is made for the hair shaft. When you are shampooing the hair, the only objective that you are having is removing dead skin, fatty deposits, and bacteria and buildup that doesn't belong there. And you guys, it's not like super duper rocket science, you know. When we're talking about conditioner and shampoo, shampoo is what you are using to cleanse, but shampoo is primarily to cleanse the scalp. And then as you massage the shampoo down the hair shaft, of course it cleanses the cuticle and the follicle, but we are focused on cleansing the follicle and the cuticle. That is all a shampoo is supposed to do, cleanse and break down, right? The conditioner comes back and puts in everything that the shampoo could have taken, right? So that's one thing, but it also helps the hair to become more manageable. And conditioner acts as a protective barrier on the hair shaft, like it's the equivalent to putting sunscreen on your skin before you go outside. It's the same thing, or the equivalent to you putting chapstick on your lips when your lips feeling a little ashy, right? That is the principle of conditioner. But conditioner should not be left on the scalp, because the conditioner is a wax-based substance meant to coat and protect. Your scalp does not need to be coated or protected. Why? There is a natural coating and a natural protectant seeping out of the scalp every second. All right, and everybody gets really stressed out about shampooing the hair, like, oh my god, won't shampooing the hair remove the sebum? You guys, don't you wash your face every day? And if you're a person who has really oily skin like me, I wash my face 3 or 4 times a day. It doesn't matter how many times I wash my face, there's going to be more oil on my face. My body is constantly producing this, and my body knows what it needs. My body knows what it needs better than I do. Need more oil depending on my environment. My body is going to produce more oil for me as long as I'm eating the way that I'm supposed to, and as long as my scalp is clean enough and free of bacteria, bad bacteria and bad yeast, so it can actually do its job. It's going to be leave-in conditioner. Now there are videos around saying you don't need leave-in conditioner. Stop. Your leave-in conditioner is the heat protector for your blow dryer, and it is additional protection for any mechanical damage that can be caused as you are combing your hair, right? And as you are blow drying your hair, because remember, your hair is weakest when it's is wet. But if you have leave-in conditioner, the leave-in conditioner is actually what it sounds like. It is conditioning your hair to be able to receive what is coming next, which is this heat to set the bond. All right, and the leave-in conditioner, like I said, is the heat protectant that you need for your blow dryer. Your leave-in conditioner is the heat protection for the blow dryer. You don't want to blow dry your hair, right? You're gonna do, instead of using a blow dryer as your tool of choice and you decide to do a roller set or a flexi rod set, you can get something to set the curls and do a roller set or a flexi rod set, or that is what we're doing. But you want to make sure that whatever style you're doing is set up in a way that is going to allow your hair to stretch. You can't use the section this big. No, simply cannot use a section that is that big for a roller set. It's not going to come out stretched enough. And the same thing for your twist outs and all of that. The hair remains wet longer, right? Because you're letting it air dry, or you're only doing like twist outs and then going to sleep with wet hair, whatever the case may be. You still, every day when you get up, you are not able to properly comb your hair because you don't want to disturb your curls, or you are somebody who doesn't comb your hair because you're scared that it won't get combed, but you need to shed some of that hair that you're losing. You're losing 50 to 150 strands every single day, and the sebum can't get past all of those strands that are falling, and it needs help. It needs you to guide it down, right? So number 5, you're gonna set that style. So whether that's a roller set, a flat iron, whatever pattern you decide to follow, whatever style you decide to do, then you have to make sure that this is a style that you are cool with having for whatever your pattern of wash day is. So if you are a person who has to shampoo the hair every week, then you need to have the type of style that is going to last for a week and that gives you the ability to comb your hair at least once a day. Obviously, if you decide to wear braids, you don't have to worry about combing your hair every day, and you don't have to worry about putting oil or sebum on the scalp. You guys, remember, your braid is attached to the scalp, so as the sebum comes out of the scalp, it's going to go directly into the braid and it has nowhere else to go. You don't need to do anything but keep your scalp clean if you have braids. All right, but you want to make sure that whatever style you are picking throughout that 1 week period, that 2 week period, that 3 week period, or that no more than 60-day period, you need to decide what you want to do and set your hair in that style until your next wash day. It's that simple. Number 6, you guys, scientific brushing and memory. I need you guys to get in the pattern. If your hair is out, combing your hair, get in the habit of brushing your hair. If your hair is braided up, obviously you don't have to worry about brushing it, but make sure you keep up with that pattern. And then whenever your braids come down, make sure that you follow this set pattern. All right, imagine if you put pillar 3 and pillar 6 together, it would give you 9 steps, a 9-step process to make sure that you are able to master your hair growth cycle. At the end of the day, the reason that most of us run into problems is because everybody wants this one thing that they're gonna find that makes it so they never make another mistake again. In every aspect of your life, everything will be going good for a minute, and sometimes you could just do one thing you ain't supposed to be doing and it can mess stuff up. But it's not a big deal if you have a foolproof plan to make sure that you're able to dig yourself out of any little natural pit that you fall into. So this, I hope that is pretty easy to understand. If it's not easy for you to understand and you need help and you want me to hold your hand through it, or join a community full of women and men who are on the same exact journey with you, then join my 7-day hair growth challenge. Here on the screen, I've been putting up different, testimonials and reviews of people who have been in it too, but I do want to give this disclaimer. If you are you're not a person that is ready to put that first pillar in place, tearing down all 3 of those barriers, then this most likely won't work for you, because this is a brand new bottle I'm giving you with the 7-day hair growth challenge, and it is so simple that it scares women. My 7-day challenge is so simplistic that people are like, wait a minute, I'm confused. What else am I supposed to do? This can't be it. And this is something that they send before they ever start the challenge. Most women get so scared looking at how little they have to do that they're like, she has to be leaving something out. I need more. What other products? What other, like, no, that's not what I'm selling. The 7-day challenge, within my 7-day challenge, it's not, oh, I'm challenging you to see if you can grow hair. How willing are you to tear down all of the old habits and all of the previous barriers that you set up for yourself? How willing are you to let go of all of the Team Natural hacks that you think work? How willing are you to let go of your twist outs and your wash and goes for 1 second and replace it with styles that set your bonds and last? I need to know. That is the actual challenge. The challenge isn't a superficial, oh, I challenge you to 60 days. No, I'm challenging you to break down your old foundation and to build a whole new house with no limits, without following any hacks and without adding anything. And I can put my money on it. I can promise you that if you follow my process, it will work. This 369 pillar is gonna work. So for you to get your 369 pillar in place, go ahead and sign up for my 7-day challenge. And you may not need to sign up for the challenge. If you feel like you can do those 6 steps and you can join 3 and 6 without any help, then baby, get it done.